Hey guys, JamesMCD Reviews here, and welcome back to Marvel Month. Today we're going to be talking about Captain America, the First Avenger, directed by Joe Johnston, released in 2011. It is 1941 and the world is in the throes of war. Steve Rogers, played by Chris Evans, wants to do his part and join America's armed forces, but the military reject him because of his small stature. Finally, Steve gets his chance when he is accepted into an experimental program that turns him into a super soldier called Captain America. Joining forces with Bucky Barnes, played by Sebastian Stan, and Peggy Carter, played by Haley Atwell, Captain America leads the fight against the Nazi-backed Hydra organization. I didn't really know what to expect from this. I loved the other two Captain Americas, and I was interested in seeing this, seeing, where it all started from. But, given some of the other Phase 1 movies, I wasn't going in with too high expectations, and, right next to Iron Man, this might actually be, one of my favorite Phase 1 movies. It was really fun. It was a great adventure movie. I say adventure because it's not that much of a superhero movie, at least not at first. It takes place, and it's right in that time period as well. It takes place in the 40s, and it's around where movies like Rocketeer take place and stuff like that, and it looks great. The set design and stuff like that is all period accurate, and it looks great. But it's a really good adventure movie, and it's a nice throwback to those wartime movies and stuff like that, and it's got some nice action and suspense and some really good effects. It's also got a really good story. It's the underdog story of the guy wanting to fight and no one wants to give him a chance, but then he goes and gets roided up, and then he goes in there and fights for America. America, fuck yeah! Coming again to save the motherfucking day, yeah! America, fuck yeah! And I think this is a really good starting point for Steve Rogers as a character. He's just a guy that will, he's a small guy, but he doesn't really care that he's small. He wants to do the right thing. He wants to, stand up for what he believes in and do the right thing. And no matter the cost, he wants to make sure that, everyone is okay. And I really dug that. I think all the performances from everyone involved were really well done. Chris Evans, is iconic as Captain America at this point, but he does a really good job here. I like the connections that they do between the characters. The relationship between him and Peggy and the friendship between him and Bucky are really, they're really sweet. You really buy them, and it makes it all the more heartbreaking when now you've seen the other movies, you go back to this one, and now knowing what's going to happen eventually, seeing what happens to Peggy and what happens to Bucky, it's really heartbreaking, especially in that scene where Bucky falls off the train or whatever, or the plane, and you think at first, if you're watching this for the first time, you think, oh my god, that's the last we'll ever see of him. But not only does he make a return, but him and Steve's friendship triggers a lot of the splintering of the Avengers later on. One of the issues that I do kind of have with the movie is the villain. I thought Hugo Weaving gave a really great performance, but I don't really, buy his motivation. He doesn't really have a clear motivation. And also his look really wasn't that, great looking. When it's just him as a human form, he's really cool, but once he takes the mask off and it shows, the red cartoony looking skull, it's just kind of off. It just looks really silly, but maybe that was intentional. Maybe that was kind of to fit with the time period and stuff like that. Also, I don't really know why Captain America had to crash the plane into the snow to save everyone. I mean, I know why he had to, but surely there were a bunch of other ways that he could have, fixed that, or there must have been some ejection system or something so that he wouldn't have to still be in the plane while it was crashing down. But I mean, those are mostly just nitpicky things. The movie is still really, really fun, really good to watch, especially watching it for the first time. And speaking of watching it for the first time, I want to talk about the after credits thing. I haven't been doing that for the past few videos because, they're basically oh, guess what character is coming, which I already do anyway. But no, this one was really worth talking about because, obviously at the end of the movie, Captain America, he crashes the plane and it freezes over, and then S.H.I.E.L.D. thaws him out and he wakes up in present day, and it's really crazy, and he meets Nick Fury in the middle of Times Square, and that's already cool enough. But then at the very end of the credits, you see that little bit of text that's like, Captain America will return in the Avengers, and you think, well, that's cool enough. That's cool on its own. But then it plays a pretty much a full-length trailer for the Avengers, and imagine, like, who knows, I don't know if Avengers had been announced by this point or not, or if this had shown at like Comic-Con or something like that, but imagine you're in the theater watching this, you have no idea that the Avengers has been announced or is coming out, you see that trailer, imagine what it must have been like watching that trailer for the first time, you know, being a Marvel fan, seeing all these movies, seeing all these previous movies with, you know, like Iron Man and the Hulk and Thor and now Captain America, and then seeing this trailer at the end of your movie saying that next year all of them are going to be coming together in this huge big event. That is like mind-blowing. Like, I've been following these movies for, you know, a while now, and even still that was really awesome to see. So I just really wanted to talk about that, and I'm really excited to review Avengers tomorrow. It's going to be so much fun. But anyway, long story short, Captain America, really good movie, you know, few issues here and there, but really enjoyable. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5, maybe a 4.5. And that does it for this video. Let me know down in the comments what you thought of Captain America the First Avenger, how does it hold up, and which out of the 3 Captain America movies is your favorite. And tune in tomorrow when I'll be talking about the biggest cinematic event in history, the Avengers. Until then, be sure to like, subscribe, ring the notification bell so you can stay up to date on what I'm posting. Follow me on all my social media, subscribe to my main channel, everything you need to know will be in the description. Thank you guys for watching. Hail Hydra!